Hi, today I want to talk about when not to negotiate for a lower fee. So I want to start with a little story. Many of you know that I am a dance teacher. I have two main gigs that I do from day to day. One is that I teach dance classes, and the other gig that I do is that I am an event photographer. Okay, now for my dance classes, my regular fee is $70 an hour, and this is on the lower range. Most dance teachers teach between charge between $70 to $100 an hour, and if you are a dance teacher who have won competitions or have a high profile here and there, then you get to charge more, sometimes up to $150 an hour, and that's great. Anyway, so that's my rate. I like to stay in the lower range. I'm not in a dear need for money. I have investments and I have supplement income, so I can afford to charge on the lower range. But last year, a lady approached me and she says, "Look, I love dancing, and but I'm having economic difficulties. Would you please teach me dance for $40 an hour?" And I guess she caught me in a moment that I was feeling generous. I didn't feel offended. And I said, sure, why not? So I started teaching her. And this relationship went on for about 6 months. I was doing teaching her dance, and she was happy with the service, so on and so forth. And then she went on a vacation to Mexico for 3 months. And when she came back, she messaged me again and she says, "Oh, Alain, I would like to continue with the dance classes, but can I pay you even less than I was paying you before?" And to this, I felt like, lady, I am already giving you a great deal. I mean, an outstanding deal. Now you want to pay me even less. And so I said, no. In fact, I'm not going to charge you any more $40 an hour. I'm going to charge my regular rate of $70 an hour. You can obviously pay yourself a vacation. I found out that she also owns a condo in a fancy neighborhood in Montreal. So I figured, okay, if you want to pay for dance classes, you certainly can. And you are just negotiating for a lower price, which at the beginning it didn't bother me, but now it began to bother me. So I said, no, if my price is $70 an hour. And she got offended. She called me greedy. She called me a capitalist pig, so on and so forth. And because I have been in business all my life, then that didn't bother me at all. I mean, yes, it bothered me enough to reflect about it and to consider the ungratefulness of the situation, but it's not a big deal for me. Okay, it's not a yeah. I just thought it was a nice topic of conversation at the worst. So, but this got me thinking about the negotiation between freelancers and a client. And I just want to point out that we as freelancers, we have something of limited quantity, which is our time. All of us have only 24 hours during the day. Out of those 24 hours, maybe 4 hours are of high quality output, and the rest of other working hours could be done for administrative stuff, marketing, I don't know, posting stuff in social media, so on and so forth. So when a freelancer offers you their time for money, they are offering you something of great value, something of limited resource as opposed to money. I mean, people have money. I mean, I know that many people are going through tough financial situation, but money is generic. People can have lots of money or very little of it, but everyone has only 24 hours in one day. So time is more precious in my head than money itself. So keep that in mind. I often hear the advice from negotiation coaches that you should always ask for a discount. They say, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that they will say no. And no, that's not the worst that could happen. The worst that could happen is that you are degrading the value of another person. You know, many people identify their self worth with their value of the product, the service that they offer. So when someone says, my service is worth, I don't know, $100 an hour, and you offer them 50, you are degrading that person. You are practically offending them. So it is better to say no, thank you. I'm going to look for somebody who is willing to offer their time for less money, as opposed to try to negotiate a lower price. If you succeed negotiating a lower price, the person is going to feel resentful, and he or she is going to do a mediocre job. They are not going to give you their best. So you negotiated a lower price, and they are going to give you a lower service. And there's going to be a friction and a resentment that could even last for years. In addition to that, it will give you a bad reputation. You are the person who lowballs the freelancer. So you don't want to have this bad reputation. You don't want to offend a person. You don't want to degrade their worth. So keep that in mind. Every time, let's say, as a photographer, if I charge, I don't know, $100 an hour and someone offers me 50, I says no, screw you. I go and find a beginner photographer, and they are going to probably be grateful, but then they're not going to offer you the same service that I can offer. So that's key to keep in mind. And I don't know if I'm one. Yeah, I don't know what you think about this, but I will always negotiate a price of an item. Let's say an automobile, a house, some plastic widget. I don't feel any remorse negotiating down a price like that. But when it comes to someone's time, someone's essence, that's all they have, their time, and I'm saying your time is not worth that much money, then I think it's even disrespectful. Let me know your opinion. I'm eager to know, and talk to you soon. Goodbye.